next video. So in this video we will be learning few things about Angular, like how to communicate from child component to parent component, understanding lifecycle hooks, understanding scope CSS as well as content projection. So like continuing on with our last example for Angular, so we had this post component, right? Post component.html. Now I want to send some data, like whenever this image is, so I have added this image because we were sending this post like as an input from parent to child. So I want to send this data back from child to parent. So what I have done is, inside post component.ts I have added this @output for communicating from child to parent. Give some name and add a new event emitter and what data type you will be sending, like what is the data type you are sending. So inside post component.html, here you can see that I have added this image tag, and on click of this I am calling this image selected, which we have defined it over here, image selected dot emit, and whatever data you want to emit. So image selected dot emit post image. Now to capture this inside the app component, what you will have to do is so over here you can see that we are inside app post, we will have to add this attribute of image selected, and here we are calling this log image. And if you go over log image, we are just console logging whatever the data has been sent. So if I inspect, okay, I'll go to my console, I'll clear everything, I'll click on this image. So here you can see the image has been added. Forget about this check clause. Now suppose if I want to send some data from my parent component to child component in form of content projection. So what is content projection? Basically is that this is my app post, and inside that app post tag I can add any HTML tag. So I have added a p tag of some caption. Okay, now how should I receive it inside post component? All you will have to do is go to your HTML and just write ng content. You can write it anywhere inside your HTML of post component.html. So that's how you can see some caption over here. Now suppose I want to style this some caption, but this is part of post component.html, right? So what you will have to do, there is some specific CSS selector called host : host. Then you can change whatever you want to. So suppose if I set the color as red, so here you can see it has turned to red, and because it is everything turns to red because it is part of the post component. So yeah, next is the lifecycle hooks. Okay, so if I go over here, so there are a lot of lifecycle hooks, but I will just cover few one of them. So first is the on init. So on init is called once your component is properly mounted. So suppose I will remove this on destroy, changes and check. Okay, so here you can see the inside the constructor I was printing this post image as well, but it didn't print it because it was still empty. The constructor is called even before the component is mounted, but on init is called once the component is mounted. That's why it was able to show us this image. So that's the difference between on init and ng on init and constructor. But to use ng on init, you will have to implement on init interface. Similarly for on changes and on check as well. So whenever there is any change in the component, it calls the changes, and for check it calls the check console log. And for destroy, once your component is destroyed, it will be called as the console.log. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye.